Hi everyone, it's Al Nygren again, back with our filmmaker interview series for the New Jersey Film Festival. Just a reminder, the New Jersey Film Festival is going to be taking place from January 24th through April 27th on select Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday evenings at Rutgers University. Our state-of-the-art facility, Voorhees Hall, room 105, seats about 260 people, has stadium seating, cushy chairs, high-definition projection, a wonderful sound system. Plus, there's going to be free food for all of our competition screenings, courtesy of Jimmy John's, and we'll have a number of other establishments providing free food. So come and join us. Today, we have a documentary filmmaker here. Catherine Brabec is the director of a very important film that has a New Jersey focus. It's called A Life Outside. Tell us a little bit about this film and how you got involved, Catherine.
Well, the film, in essence, is around 6 New Jersey men who have been surfing since they were 10, 11 years old. They're all from the Seaside Heights, Seaside Park area. And they've been surfing for, well, they're all in their early 60s now, so a solid 50 years. Mm. I met them because I started surfing. Wow. And I was totally caught by, I'm still starting surfing, by the way. But I was totally just amazed by their stories and really the longevity of their passion. Yeah. It's one thing to get into something and love it and do it, but 50 odd years, still doing it to this day with the same exact passion that they had then.
Yeah.
So,
and they look great for 60. I mean, I said, these guys don't look 60.
Yeah. I mean, you have to be in really good shape to surf at all, but to surf well.
But this film is not just a surfing movie.
It isn't a surfing movie.
I mean, things changed for you while you were making the film. What happened?
I didn't plan on Hurricane Sandy, that's for sure. But really, very early on, well before the hurricane, I felt that the casino pier, was a character in the film itself. There was one day I was underneath filming, walking through, there's a lot of the shots in the film, and I just felt, I mean, it's really it is an icon now, but it was then too. And these guys grew up there. So it became part of the place became very important to the story. Yeah. And so as the filming progressed over about 3 years and the hurricane hit, it was funny, I was almost done filming. I thought, but then the hurricane hit and there was no way I could finish this film with everything that happened. Yeah. So that was a big part of it.
You know, when I watched the film too, I really didn't understand the hierarchy of surfing, which was something that was an eye-opening for me too, because the guys that are real macho are the ones who are the best surfers. And there's a pecking order, which I thought was fascinating. I mean, did you get that feeling too when you were working with them?
The minute you start surfing, if you're aware, and which most people should be aware, there's a lot of very crowded breaks you go to where people do not act accordingly. But that's why Jerry Lopez, who's one of the legendary surfers in the film, there's one comment that I thought was really important of his, which talks directly to that. Yeah. At some breaks and at the casino pier, people can get kind of feisty and aggressive. But ultimately, the Hawaiian spirit is that you have such a respect for those who come before you and such a respect for those who are better from you, that ultimately the best way to be is just to respect and learn from those who are better than you. Yeah. But there's definitely a pecking order everywhere you go.
Yeah, and I thought, but still it's very brotherly at the same time.
It's interesting.
It's like older brothers more than father figures.
It's fascinating how there's such competition between this group of guys, very much so. But I think as you go out in other surf groups too. But yeah, there is a strong brotherhood, and they've been friends for as long as they're surfing, and they're really, really close and grown up and traveled the world together, So.
Well, I remember when I was in high school, Seaside Heights was the place to go for your prom.
Really?
Yeah, so it has, I went to school in New York City, and so you would come to Jersey to escape the city and to go to the beach. It was really an amazing thing. So it was nice to see it go full circle with these guys who are, unfortunately, I have to say they're close to my age, and so I saw a lot of myself in these guys too. And I think a lot of baby boomers would. But tell us some of the problems that you had with this film. Some of the things that you wish that you didn't have to deal with.
I wouldn't say problems, but I will tell you that when you are dealing with surfers, they're not I kept telling these guys all throughout, like, you guys just aren't normal. And when I say that you know, it's that surfers, if you're really a surfer and you've dedicated your life and you've created your lifestyle around it, you're not 9 to 5. Your whole point is to be available when the waves are good. I have to tell you, one of the surfers, the legendary surfers, Mickey Munoz, I couldn't pin anybody down for times and places. It was an hour before his interview in Los Angeles in Southern California when he finally said, "Okay, you can come over," you know? Because they just
free spirits.
Yeah. So that was challenging, you know.
Well, I like that other line they said when I was growing up, and you know, one of the final comments because we're running out of time. But the thing that he said was that if you saw me carrying a surfboard, moms would pull their daughters away, so because they thought that surfers were crazy. And I guess you're saying the same thing.
Well, I think that they were crazy, or not crazy, but they were certainly, it was a subculture, and I think they were associated with the, you know, the long hair, sex, drug, and rock and roll sort of thing. I think that they were just, people didn't know how to categorize them, and they did look different. They're tan and long-haired, and so mothers would probably run away,
like the Rolling Stones or something.
Less so now. I mean, that's one thing I wanted to show in the film too, is that not only as New Jersey and East Coast surfing advanced, a counter story to that is the advancement of surf equipment, boards, wetsuits. The whole surf industry is a billion-dollar industry. And so it's actually very, almost mainstream in a way, you know. It's hard to find an empty surf spot. So.
Well, thank you so much, Catherine, for so many insightful comments. And folks, if you want to see this film, it's going to be taking place on Friday, January 31st. And we've already, as of this taping, which is about a month before the screening, sold close to 100 tickets. So if you'd like to go, come early and call to make sure there's tickets still available. That's, again, Friday, January 31st. It will be playing with Snows of the Nile, a short film. Also has an environmental bent, which A Life Outside also has. And they're both magical films that have New Jersey angles, so come and join us for a special program. If you want more information, go to njfilmfest.com or call us at 848-932-8482. Thanks for listening.